Let me show you different Teslas for different budgets. Before I show you any of these Teslas, all of our cars, they're in great condition. They've got great history. They're only going to be a lower price because of miles and an older year. So keep that in mind when I'm showing you all this stuff. So these are Model 3s. We've got a bunch of Model 3s along here. The price range on those for a 2018 with higher miles, it's in great condition, is going to be down in like the mid-teens. Could be a little higher, could be a little lower, depending on if you qualify for the tax credit, but that's the range for those. They start going up as you get out of long ranges and into performances, which is the faster one, the little sportier car, or you start getting into lower mile long ranges. You're getting closer to new car prices, but you start getting into the mid-20s, the upper 20s. Next up, Model Ys, just like Model 3s, you've got long range and performance. So the long ranges are the lower price at first. And for a decent mile, talking mid to upper mid-20s. As you start moving up the model year in long ranges and then into high mile performances, you get to closer to 30, and then you start getting into the low 30s, and beyond that, you start getting too close to new. Next up's the Model X. It's the second oldest Tesla out there. The Model X starts around 2018. So these have been around quite a bit longer. They start based on the battery size. So like a 60D is the lowest battery, the lowest distance, all the way up to the current long range, base, plaid. Those are the big expensive ones. They all have between 5 and 7 seats. That's going to affect price. Sometimes interior, exterior color combo, like white on white's typically a little bit more popular. But we've got some of these that are older, higher miles, that qualify for that tax credit. They're pretty rare. More commonly, we start getting into some of these. As they get newer, the number goes higher. And it's really just the difference between a larger battery. So price-wise, we start in the low to mid-20s. We quickly, as we get into some of the new ones, go into the 30s. And then as you get closer to like these plaids, they start going into the 60s. Next, we've got the Model S. The Model S has been around since like 2013 because it was the first car that Tesla came out with after the Roadster. And the price on those is all over the map. Like this one here, I believe it's a 90D, so decent sized battery. This one actually has free supercharging for life, which is a big plus. This car is going to sell for under $25,000 after the tax credit. You get like a 2015, 2016 with higher miles for $15,000 or so. So they start there, and then more commonly they work up to that $25,000 price point. And then from there, now you're talking 18s, 19s, getting into the 30s and the 40s. And then we've got a couple of plaids. Those are in like the high 50s. You start maybe getting into 60s with the newer years and the lower miles. So Model 3, Model Y, Model X, Model S, other than the Cybertruck, which we won't do, those start on the low end. You can maybe get one for under 10 grand, like an old Model 3, all the way up to a newer Model X and a Model S, high 60s, maybe into the 70s. So pretty broad $60,000 range there from 4 different cars. There's a whole bunch of different versions of them, but that's the breakdown for all the different Teslas and their price ranges.